What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday, April 15th, 2025, better known as Tax Day. This is episode 7 of the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, the internet's only show dedicated to all things Micro Galaxy Squadron. If you're now panicking and running off to file taxes, you can catch up on tonight's and past episodes on podcast services and on youtube.com/Microgalaxy Squadron or youtube.com/Kevin's Microfleet channel. I don't think it has a slash. Just search Kevin's Microfleet channel.
Yeah.
2 channels, same show. Support one of us, support both of us. We're just glad you're here. My support tonight, hosting with me, Mr. Kevin J. Microfleet III.
That's right. What is happening? How is everybody this
What's
evening?
up, man?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there. Thank goodness I got my taxes done a couple weeks ago. Otherwise, it would be
That sounds like a
show.
great idea. We are the type of people that file very, very early because we've always had a refund. And the second we kind of started to catch wind that we might not get a refund this year, we put it off till the absolute last second. So I think we filed like last weekend and it was painful. Not at all what we're used to. It was nuts. So we're now in financial ruin. No,
yeah, well,
but it was wild. It was from one side to very much the opposite was pretty nuts. It's a great time to mention that starting this episode, you can now throw in super chats on the Micro Galaxy Squadron channel.
Nice. Yeah, you could do that on either.
That's the thing that's there. I'm mostly kidding, but it is available now. We'll see how that works. Your support is never expected, but always appreciated. And we are glad you guys are here. There are already all kinds of people popping up in chat. Steve Hines, first one in. Scott Bogner, winner of last episode's giveaway. Yeah, nice. I finally got that in the mail a day or two ago. So that's on its way. I'm not great at getting these things in the mail, Kevin. Everyone has been in the mail before the next episode has started, but it's not timely. I would never call it timely. Yeah. Stormtrooper 213, TK, what's up? Anyone looking for the TIE bomber? Keep checking Amazon regularly. Yeah, we will talk about that here in a minute. Straswa, familiar face there. Let's see. Luke Malone, how's it going? Dave, Milton, Resistance X-Wing, James, Troy, man, all kinds of people in here tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in early.
Tuba Deluxe. So many people in here. It's awesome. Eldon, Chad, Utini Designs. What's up, man? Justin Jacobs.
Nice.
Hey,
Chrissy's here. Hey, welcome, Chrissy.
What's up? Moderator extraordinaire, Caleb Lloyd.
Yeah, Caleb Lloyd.
How's it going, man? The great trader from the Great White North.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have some more stuff
man,
here in a
all kinds of people here. It's awesome. Kevin.
Yes.
It's a big week for Star Wars.
It is a big week for Star Wars. You're right. It's going to be a lot of news coming out here, I think, later this week.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I hope it's good news. I hope there's a lot of news.
Agreed.
Things have been a little slow, I think, for Star Wars here of late, but I'm optimistic. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait. It's going to be weird. I don't remember one with quite this insane of a time difference. And I know the Star Wars YouTube channels will be streaming some of the footage from Celebration. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be live.
What is the time difference?
You think it'll be like it'll be like the Australian Open?
Yeah, it probably could be.
They'll have like a channel that's actually live, and then they'll have something else that's like replaying it for Americans that are on actual waking hours.
Yep. No, it'll
Um,
be interesting. I wonder how many things like typically we get some of those leaks and then they get shut down pretty quick. Wonder whether or
like
not any of those.
videos from panels and things like that.
Yeah, I wonder if any of those will hang around for long enough for some of those people that are asleep to get up and see them.
Oh man, Darth Stargazer, you did leave a comment here last night. You were definitely first in.
Nice.
Hope you got those taxes in. I did see that. Um, yeah, I hope it's
16
fine. I
hours.
hope
They're
it's
16
cool.
hours ahead.
I'm really excited to see what we get from Mando and Grogu. I think we'll get an announcement about the next animated project, and I
Hmm.
hope it's not just what they released about. We saw that trailer for the mini series. You
Yeah,
remember
the
this?
Outlaws. Yeah,
Outlaws, something like that. Is that what it's actually called?
I think it is. Yeah,
Tales of
Outlaws
the
or something.
Outlaws, something like that.
Yeah,
Tales of Bounty Hunters, something.
or the
Um,
Underworld or something. It looks awesome.
Underworld, yeah, Tales from the Underworld, something like that. It looks cool. Cad Bane, I
Hmm.
believe. Asajj
Yep.
Ventress.
Yep.
There has never been a better time to go buy Asajj Ventress Genevex starfighters.
That's exactly
Get
right.
them
There's
now before they're gone off the shelves. Those things are going to be hot once Tales from the Underworld comes out.
Yeah. Hopefully she flies it in that. That would be
Dude,
ideal.
that would be like, they don't deserve that, but man, that would be amazing if that happened.
Yes, it would be awesome.
Oh man, finally, after about 15 clearance cycles and them still
Hmm.
being on Walmart shelves,
Yeah.
um, they would disappear. My fingers are crossed that thought about that last week. It's like, man, what if that ship shows up? I don't remember it. Did it get destroyed? I don't know. I don't remember much about that ship.
I think it actually did get destroyed
Yeah.
um in that episode in Clone Wars,
Mm,
in the
mm,
series.
yeah.
She battled Obi-Wan or something like that and he destroyed it or something.
Yeah. We need to petition Lucasfilm to get that back in something so we can get those off the shelves.
Yeah, agreed.
The Genevex was destroyed long before the time in which she is portrayed in Tales, but they could do a flashback.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, or she could just have a new one that would look different. And
uh-huh.
maybe there's a new one that has instead of the red fan
Oh,
blade, it's
no,
the
no, no, no,
black
no.
fan
That
blade,
might be
and then
worst
they
case
can do a
scenario, Kevin.
new
Don't you
one.
put that out there. Don't
Yeah,
put that out there. Surely that we have no chance of getting a repaint of that ship. Uh,
it'd be a chase. It'll be a
oh
chase.
my goodness. Can you
Yeah,
imagine? Oh my goodness, that would be
that would be hilarious.
absolute disaster. Chat's losing it. Not fans. Yeah, Steve Hines says Armada release of the Genevex
Yeah,
Starfighter. If there's anything we need more of on shelves.
yeah,
Speaking
it's
of
not bad.
shelves, Kevin,
Yeah.
what's been happening at retail?
Yeah, for sure. We've got a decent amount going on. I'm going to run through some retail updates for everybody. So, first thing, without actually going to the shelves, if we go just to the world of the internet, you've got Amazon. Tie Bomber has been popping up between 14 and 15 bucks. It keeps coming in and out of stock. So just keep an eye on the
As
pages.
recently as a few hours ago.
Yeah, every time I go back to check on it, they're gone. So there must just be
Mhm.
getting like little bits in at a time. T6 is down, discounted down. It seems like everywhere that's basically 24 bucks now. Um, and then the Endor AT-AT has also been discounted some. It's the first time that I've seen it discounted this low.
Yeah, I think it was at 42 last week.
Hmm.
Now it's hit 39. And man, this stayed at full price for so long. It's shocking how
Yeah.
long they held on to that full price for this.
The
And
same
I
thing with
believe
the
it
trench
actually
run.
sold out, didn't it? I
I
think
don't
I
know.
think it went I think it, sold out and was gone for a while, and then they must have gotten a restock, and
Nice.
now they're
Yeah, it's kind of the
discounted.
same thing with the trench run. I'm surprised that that hasn't been discounted more
Mhm.
often.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't have in the entire line is the trench run. But I don't know that I can justify paying 50 bucks for all those
Yeah, I that
just
is
for the
one of the
cardboard
very,
backing.
very few I did not buy.
Yep. But then as we move on from Amazon, I'm sure we're going to continue to see some more discounts here as we get rolling into Series 8 and Series 9. Then we've got Target here. So we've got a handful of things here in Target. So the T6 is discounted down to, again, $23.99. I did find somebody posted this on the page. An ATTE was found in stores at $15.59, and then Scout Class is $2.99. And with the Scout Class, the one thing that's interesting about it is the many of the stores that I've been to don't have any Scout Class in there. They don't even have the boxes hanging out. But I
Hmm.
did see somebody posted a picture of like a brand new was it Series 5 maybe case at a Target. So I wonder if they're not just clearing
That's been
out
hanging
any,
out there for a while in the back.
any like back stock or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen any anywhere for it to be discounted to $2.99, but whatever it is. The Grievous Battle Pack is back in stock if anybody missed that. So you can go ahead and hop on and pick that up if you want. And then moving over to Walmart. So Walmart has been getting, fortunately, Walmart, man, they're just so far behind the eight ball here. But they're getting in some of the Series 8 Scout class and the light armor. A lot of the Mace Windows have been found, the rares. It seems to be now that they're packaging these as 2 in a pack instead of what they had been doing before was sending a case of 6. Now you're getting 2 packs, and
Quite
they'll
the
either,
change.
yeah, for sure. I actually like the change because it helps to, differentiate it a little bit more. And it seems like at least when they're putting these in the boxes, like they're just throwing them in the box.
Yeah.
But many
My
people
guess
have been
is they
finding
got
2.
feedback from retail.
Hmm.
Like the Walmarts that still have pegs for these,
Yeah,
I think only have 1 peg for light armor, 1 peg for
correct.
Starfighter. So if they got that feedback, it makes sense that they wouldn't send 6 at a time that can't fit on 1 peg.
Hmm.
So they might be sending like 2 or 4 to the
Yeah,
stores, but
which can be helpful because then it can help with the restocks. The restocks will be a lot faster because
right.
you'll sell through them really quick.
It's not
Um,
they're not waiting for somebody in the back to find some to put them back out when the system says they have them. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But the great thing about it is it seems like they're double packing the mace. So we're getting 2 at a time. There's been a lot of reports of people finding 2 of these or 4 or 6. So finding them in twos,
Yeah.
um, which is great to hear. So hopefully we'll continue to see that when the Obi-Wan stuff comes out and we start to see the chase, which
Not
probably
I,
won't happen until the
but lots of
next
people have seen them.
roll. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people have seen him. And then the other thing that's just unfortunate about Walmart, I don't have a picture of this, but they have now rolled out a spot for the T6 at full price, the Ghost at full price, and the ATTE at full price, which is
Yeah.
really just a huge bummer because, I mean, everybody's bought those. Those are just going to sit there until they clearance them out.
It's,
So,
uh it's rough to come up, in the bag. I think we talked about this briefly last
mhm,
time. Like, they're the ones stuck holding the bag, the
yeah,
last to market, so,
right.
man, and at full price, I don't know, those aren't gonna move. My
Agreed.
suggestion would be when Target or even Amazon has these sales,
Hmm.
um, go to Walmart and try to get them price matched.
Yeah,
Um, Walmart's hit or miss on price matching, but,
I
if you
know.
can
They
get
really are. I'm
Walmart to
surprised.
price match some of these, it would be nice to get that inventory off of the Walmart shelves so that
Yeah.
they continue getting the product in.
Correct. Yeah, because ultimately that's going to delay the next set, which would be, and
Yeah.
that's where I think we're seeing a lot of this with Target is they're trying to get rid of the
Yep.
Dreadnought class and the Starship class
Making room.
vehicles, making room for the Ark and the
Reaper.
Reaper. The
Yep.
Reaper. Yep.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know.
Cannot wait.
Those will be cool. We'll get our first firing missiles, Cole. Look out, man.
I can wait for that.
Keep your glasses on because watch out, those missiles are going to come flying at you.
That's one of those that I don't really wanna touch. I like to keep the show I like to stay positive and, keep the show positive.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, the shelves are looking real interesting right now as a whole, not just Jazzwares. Hasbro, Jazzwares, Star Wars, in general.
Hmm.
The pegs are looking real play schooly these days.
Yeah, I did see actually somebody just posted it tonight that whatever those mix and match things or
Yep,
whatever
mix mashers,
are already on clearance.
all the
Um,
rage. Which I saw that and you know it's fun to kind of beat up on those, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything given Walmart's history with that.
yeah,
Um, Similarly, Black Series just released. There's a special return, Revenge of the Sith, Commander Cody, like
yeah, yeah.
retro, not retro. At this point, it might be retro, but a movie tie-in packaged new Commander Cody, and there's a lot of pictures of it showing up at for like $9 on clearance, and it just
Mm,
showed up. So, as much as I'd love to kind of bash on those, that's not necessarily an indicator of the line not doing well. It might be, but Walmart is going to Walmart sometimes, and they just they put stuff out, and somehow it gets clearanced, and who
yeah,
knows? So I don't think they're I don't think anybody's wanting to sell brand new desired Black Series for $9, but
sure.
sometimes Walmart's gonna Walmart.
That's right. Mix mashers. Silly.
Lots of those on the shelves right now.
There are lots of
Epic,
those.
whatever the new name for the Epic Heroes is,
Oh
the
yeah, right.
the
Hmm.
new 4-inch line,
Yep. Yep.
pegs and pegs and pegs of those, man.
I know. They actually look decent, but they don't have any articulation, do they? Aren't they just like
Yes,
locked
they
elbows and knees?
are so oh man, somebody in chat can say I wanna say they're like 12 or 13 points of articulation, like, it's
Mm,
not bad. They're somewhere in between the I would s it's a pretty accurate thing to say they're in between. You've got your retro that's basically 5 POA,
yeah.
and then you've got your vintage collection, which could be, up to 20 or something like that. So,
Right.
they're right in between the 2 with their articulation, and it's solid articulation for that price range, but
Hmm.
they don't look great, and my kid who's almost 5 now,
Hmm.
he's not interested in them. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see. It's interesting. I think it's something that maybe they're trying, and we'll see. No, they have pretty decent articulation, I think. See, how Runner was saying maybe 6 or 7 POA. I
Mm,
think the new ones are pretty articulated. I mean, it's impressive, the newer ones for that price range. But yeah, neither here nor there. Different
yep.
podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, what? So, was that pretty much retail, or are we
That's it,
caught up
man.
on
That's all
that?
I got on retail.
I've been shocked
Unless
at
you
how
have
many
something else.
maces people are finding on Walmart. I have not found any Series 8 at Target or Walmart, which is
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
I know.
Um,
It's crazy. I haven't found
but
anything at Targets for
yeah, I've,
sure.
I've seen people that have found like 6 maces at one Walmart.
Hmm.
No, that I'm aware of. No Kenobis, right?
No, I haven't seen anything
And we
about the
keep
Kenobi and nothing about the AT-AT tank
yeah,
or
and
the
we
AAT
keep
tank
seeing
rather.
this kind of, and I don't know if this is true. I still believe it's got something to do with the vault and them taking 1,500 off the top, but
Hmm.
who knows? But
Yeah.
usually the later shipments, you start to see the chase pop up, but,
Correct.
with so few Walmarts having light armor class now, it's in a weird spot, and I don't blame anybody who just waits for the, vault set at this point for light armor.
Hmm. Agreed.
Yep, and no tanks, no,
Yep.
man, such a good looking ship. I'm gonna have to buy that just for that tank.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
the
I still haven't
second.
come across a, headhunter yet either.
I know. I've only got one that I traded for, and that's it.
That, man, that tank looks great. That I think we might see that might be one of the first starfighter sets in a while to sell out fairly quickly within a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the with that tank and the headhunter,
Yeah.
and people potentially wanting multiples of the Z95 and the tank.
Yeah, although with the Z95 coming out in the next series as a common, and then in whatever that battle pack is that's going to come,
Some
and
kind
that's
of
yeah,
some kind of Z95.
yeah, it's going to be lower on that priority list. But the certainly once the Series 8 Starfighter starts to hit Walmart, that's when we really start to see the flood of chases. That was the same thing with Maroc. There was
Mhm.
a handful found at Targets. Then once Walmart gets it, it seems like Walmart drops them all at a very similar time, and they tend to just flood out. Like they're just getting everything and putting it up on the shelves versus Target, which is a very slow. They only
Right.
put 3 up at a time. They got to sell through all 3 and then bring the other ones
Mhm.
out, and it's a lot slower restocking period for them. Although with Walmart's, the disadvantage is once they sell through whatever they've got there, your chances of finding something else is going to be low.
Mm. Well,
But
everyone else is finding maces, but not me. And if you're someone in the
yeah,
chat who has not found a mace, maybe you could win one here tonight.
maybe you could. Maybe you could win this one right
Once
here.
again, a giveaway.
A giveaway. Here we go. Where am I at? There it is. So this guy is in pretty good shape. You can see the cards in great shape for anybody that's interested in this one. But if you're not interested, then whatever. Don't put your information
Goose
in.
is interested. Hellrunner's interested. D
Nice,
Sertle,
good.
what's up, man? D Sertle interested.
So what are we gonna do
Annika's
as the
Adventures.
um
Steve Hines suggests hashtag Mace of Base.
that is pretty good.
I've seen some
Miss Mace,
some
take a seat.
MFR suggestions.
I saw that one earlier as
Uh-huh.
well.
Yep.
Hashtag Mace.
Snakes on a plane for
Chad,
sure.
we cannot do that one. But thanks for the comment.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good odds. I think about 4
Yeah,
people would get that one in. Mace in your
that's right.
face. Mesa Base is pretty good. Out the Window is pretty good. Luke Malone suggests Out the
That's a good
Window.
one. Out the
That's
window.
amazing.
Which one do we want to do, Cole?
Um,
You pick it.
let's see. Django Killer. Oh man, should we do Mace of Base?
Well,
Can
the
people
only
spell that?
problem with yeah, exactly. You're gonna get the BASE instead of the BASS.
Let's do hashtag Mace Me.
Mace me.
Yeah, Mace Me.
Hashtag Mace me. MACEME. All right, here we go. Hashtag Mace me. We got one entry in there.
It is
Hashtag
open.
Mace me.
Capitals, as always, do not matter. You can only enter once. Spamming it will not do anything for you.
All right, we're moving up
Lots of
20,
Macemies pouring in.
22, 26, 20, 32. Keep going. Keep going.
While
We've
you
got
guys
over
can chat,
100. We've got over 100 in here. Pretty even shake here between there's 49 on Kevin's Microfleet page and 51 on the Micro Galaxy Squadron page.
yeah,
So
I
we're
did. I
split
noticed.
evenly.
See, what's up, Mauricio? Jameson, Kamar, all kinds of people pouring in for this. Make sure you do
All right.
hashtag Mace Me. I've seen one
Hashtag
or two
Mace me.
without the hashtag. It does have to be hashtag Mace Me to be entered.
57. I think
Now,
last time we had like 120 or something like that.
yeah,
Maybe
well, you know
130
what? And
something.
I've realized I did not.
MACEME.
Yeah, it's MACE. Make sure you're not doing MASE like the R&B artist. 90s throwback
Man,
there.
that is a serious callback there.
Um, it's like 4 people in chat understood. Luke
Yeah. Oh, I got that
Skinwalker.
one.
Whoo, what a name. What's up, Damon? Oh boy.
Nice. All right. Let's see where we're
Uh
at. We're at 63.
So I
Okay. Yes. Fire away.
numbers
Mhm.
slightly down this week, and it's dawning on me that I never went through Instagram and shot out a new message saying we were going live, and I think quite a few people have notifications on for that. So
Oh,
my
gotcha.
bad in a little promotion failure there. I think I sent something out like this morning, so people would have had to have remembered that, and they might be out watching the season finale of Daredevil, I believe.
Oh, is that going on today?
I think so. And you know what? We might have to get creative with next episode and the episode after that with Andor.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right.
might have to get on the socials and poll the audience there and see if they want us to move to back to Fridays for a couple weeks for a month maybe while that show's on,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then jump back. Yeah, we're gonna lose people to Daredevil now that I reminded them. It's a great move.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're still
maybe we'll move
climbing.
to Fridays just while Andor's on, because I know a lot of people want to watch that, and it's uh like several hour commitment, I believe, right? There's 3 episodes per week, so
Yeah, that's
at
right.
40 or 50 minutes per episode, you're talking about like a 2-hour commitment there.
That's great. I really hope they are, and they're not like they're not 20 minutes. That would
No,
really
they're
suck.
long. The run times have leaked last
Oh,
week, I
great.
believe. They look pretty good.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
All right, while everyone spams chat, should we move on to the vault? See what was happening in the vault this week?
Yeah, there's quite a bit going on with Vault. And you know the interesting thing, Cole, it does seem to be previously we had been getting Wednesday drops. It's now seems like the last couple have been on a Thursday, randomly at like 3 p.m. Eastern.
They're getting wild with these surprise drops. Another surprise drop.
Here we go. Ready? Boom.
A magnificent drop at that. And quite the surprise. I was not even remotely this never would have been on my radar. I don't know
No,
about you.
agreed. Never.
So we
And the
previously
crazy
saw 2 Series 8 starfighters that were released as early bird, what would you call this?
early bird.
Premium vault editions,
Yep.
with extra packaging, a little better deco.
Hmm.
I get it. I never would have expected them to do a slightly different premium version of a chase, what we think is the chase for the next series. So, um, man, super interesting, right? Move.
Totally.
They're taking something that's one of 5,000 that people really don't like, and now they're adding 3,000 more to those numbers by having a more premium deco version on Vault. I think I like this move.
If they do this with all of them, man, what a difference it will make. To be
Yeah,
able to get the chase like this, I mean, you get the premium packaging, you get the premium deco. Now that we've had an opportunity to see also what the difference is between the silencer and the V19 with
yeah.
their first to market, and then going ahead and releasing them outside of that, yeah, it's been cool. I'm super excited for it.
It's so striking. I mean, they were working off a great design. I believe this is another Rebels use of some early Macquarie designs.
There you go. Yeah, this is the Blade Wing, is what it was
Yeah,
called
great
in the episode.
episode. Another ship for Space Mom.
Yep.
And you know what? Hera has got to be right up there at the top with releases in this line.
Yeah, she really is.
Like you've got Anakin and Luke,
Mhm.
and then maybe Hera is right there. She's had 5, I believe.
Yeah, you got the X-wing, the
It's pretty
A-wing,
nuts.
the
Um,
ghosts, both ghosts. She's coming with all the
if you
ghosts.
count both ghosts, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
quite a bit. Now, there was some speculation before we had any eyes on this that the one teased in the Walmart listing and the one teased in the Jazzwares photo.
Yep.
Some people thought maybe a new little retool of the bottom there for the turret.
Yeah,
That's an optimistic. I don't know about
totally
that.
agree. I mean, when I first saw that we were getting
Yeah.
this, I was thinking that when we first got the B wing initially, and it had that bottom part that could connect, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, they could potentially do a retool of that one piece,
Yeah.
and then you can connect it on. As we got a little bit further on, things have changed, and like, yeah, there's no way they're
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Who knows? Nope. uh, We're not even remotely savvy to what goes on in those meetings and the budget and things like that. But I
Yeah.
did not really expect it to have retooled pieces on it. Same
No,
with
and you'd have
the
to make
A
it bigger,
wing coming out. There's another A wing coming out. I can't
right?
imagine that'll be retooled.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the actual picture of I'll pull this back up again. If you're looking at
Regardless,
the picture of the B wing and then the blade wing is much bigger than the
right? And
actual B wing is from a scale perspective.
do we think the cockpits are similarly sized on the B
Oh
wing and the
yeah,
blade wing?
no. Um,
So the body is just massive on the
yeah,
blade
no, the
wing.
body is going to be massive on the blade wing. And
Yeah.
then you can see it on the bottom of that picture. You have that little ball turret on there, which you could
Mhm.
use the ball turret from the T6. But again, that'd be very difficult to get on there. And
Yeah.
then you'd also have to include another figure, which everybody'd be upset because there's only one figure with it. So I think that's always a tough one. But this is also the first episode where we saw the B Wing with the 4 points of the laser, and
Yeah,
then they shoot out they like shoot into the one ball and then it
it
fires off like we
it's
saw at the
so
end of
dumb. It's
Skeleton
so
Crew.
dumb, but it's also so cool.
Yeah. Yep.
And shout out to Skeleton Crew
Mhm.
for bringing that back.
Yep, absolutely.
Man, Skeleton Crew, such a great show, so fun. It just absolutely totally disappeared once it ended, and no one talks about it ever. Do you feel that?
Now that you say something, yeah, I feel like after Acolyte ended, there was just lots of stuff going on with
Still, I
Acolyte
still see it
forever.
every day. People talking about Acolyte for one reason or
Right.
another.
But yeah, no, with Skeleton Crew for sure, it seemed like it just ended and then
It wasn't divisive, so it was, like, just
gone.
satisfying and not divisive, so it ended, and people are just like, "Okay, well, that was good. What's next?"
Right.
Kinda weird. I thought about that, maybe last week or 2, just like, I never see anything about Skeleton Crew. I
I
do
really
hope
hope
we
we get a
see,
second.
Onyx Cinder one day, the 2nd version.
Yeah. I hope we get both, to be honest. But the one thing that would be really cool is to get a second season of that show.
I would enjoy that, yeah, I love that, with the kids just maybe a little bit older.
Mhm.
It was fun, man. I really enjoyed that.
Agreed.
If you are, but yeah, if you're just hopping on, hashtag Mace Me, as in Mace Windu, MACEME. Hashtag Mace Me will enter you to win the Series 8 Mace Rare. So if you saw that coming up in chat, that's what was going on.
Dun, 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 dun,
We will
dun.
we will draw that winner shortly.
Yep, we
But
got
yeah,
75 in there right now.
I was gonna say, kind of a bummer. These did not. I would have loved to have opened this on stream. These did not arrive in time for either you or I to do that, unfortunately.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
would have been so nice to be able to pull it out, look at it, talk about it. Now, I did notice in one of the photos,
Mhm.
it looks like we're going back to the cockpit deco. I noticed the chair was
Yeah,
painted.
the seat is
Hopefully,
painted
something
brown.
on the console might be painted as well. And
Mhm.
then there's looks like there's little flecks of like silver and things like that that they've
Thanks.
done on there. Some like wear, some weathering and wear that's on there. My guess is that's part of some of the extra deco on it, but
Yeah,
really curious now here in like 3 days to see the other version.
I know. Man, how great would that be if they just started doing these first to markets as the chase?
Yeah, I wonder if they keep this up. It'd be interesting. Imagine if we could have bought a premium deco
Mhm.
cis painted AAT.
I would have done it.
Oh man, people would have bought 4 of those. I think even at $30 each, people would have bought 4.
Yeah.
And if somehow they stayed in stock, this is not an army builder, like a fleet builder. The tank
Right.
is a fleet builder. That thing would have oh man, I bet it would have sold out in 2 days maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this is still in stock, right? I meant to get a stock check on this before we went live,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. Let me see. I can
um,
check it out right now.
I assume this is still in stock, but I love it. I think it's a great idea. Anything that can get ships into people's hands better is a win. And I know the chases in general have been a little contentious. So if you want to pay a little more for premium deco and not have to search around for one and do all kinds of hunting, that's a win, I believe.
Let me see. Where does it show you the stock?
Oh well, trade
You gotta
trade secrets. Is it still available?
you gotta go in the background. Man,
Yeah,
the
it's in the tank.
pictures of this thing look awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Whoever did the photos for these, it was great. I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
But yes, it's still in stock.
okay.
Still says limit is 5. You can get 5
I bet I
still.
bet it's down there. I bet this sold pretty well. And my guess is once people kind of get into celebration hype,
Hmm.
we'll probably see some of those disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabine's tie would be awesome to bring back with some premium deco.
Yeah, they could. They could update some of the stuff on the cockpit because there's
Uh-huh.
a bunch of other logos they could put on there.
There's like a little bit green on the top that was missing, I think, on the sides of the wing
Yeah.
sides. There's several little passes they could do and then do the cockpit. Even if they added battle damage to it, I think it'd be great.
Hmm. It does get blown up.
It does, unfortunately.
Yep.
And
Now,
really, all these one-offs that they've been doing, the that one is one of the few that makes a return. That's a nice one that like pops up a couple times in the show.
what is
The TIE Fighter in multiple
Sabine's tie?
episodes. I love the way they bring it back at the end of the season there
Mm,
from the earlier episode.
yeah.
Very,
Although
very
it's
cool.
pretty quick because I think it just flies in and then they blow it up. Pretty sure that's what happens.
Andrew Cook says, they've done so many ships from Rebels. Y'all think we might ever get one of those mining guild TIE fighters? I'd love that.
Yes, I would say I feel very confident that we'll get a mining guild TIE fighter. Especially with the interview that I did with a brand manager a couple of years ago. He's like, wouldn't it be really cool if there's like a little Rhodian guy that would come with it? So that I wouldn't be surprised to see that pop up. That's a super easy one to do, to be honest.
Just new molds of the wings, right? They just retool those wings.
Yeah. Just all you need is a separate one. And with the way it sounds like too, is you can take that tool and just fill in that part
Mm,
instead of having to do it where you're making a whole new tool.
sure.
You could put something in there and still be able to mold it. But either way, I don't know how it works.
Um,
Now, do we want to
again,
hit on the whole limited quantity piece of this Hera thing with the box that just popped up online?
yeah, right before we went live, Jeremy Broom,
Yep.
great, awesome friend to us.
Yeah,
Great
for sure. He's
Facebook member.
helped me a ton over the years
Yeah,
on
he's a
completing my
great dude.
collection.
But yeah, Kevin, give us the lowdown on what he just posted here.
Yeah, so this was the he got 4 of the Hera B wings and they just sent it to him in this, shipper box that they get. So my guess is this is what they're getting from China. This gets sent over and it has 4 of them in it or whatever. So they sent them the whole thing and you can see on there it says carton 458 of 750 and there's 4 pieces in it. So if you do the math on that, 750 times 4, what is that 3,000?
Yes, it is.
There you go. So for anybody that's questioning whether or not there is an actual number to it, I would say this kind of gives us proof, maybe. So uh,
And if you look at the cases from the other, and really, I don't know why this, and people may have put one and two together themselves on this before,
Mhm.
but this that pops up on most of their cases.
Yeah.
And now that they're packing, the way that they're packing the rares and chases now, basically, he went back and did the math on those, and those, when you add up how many there are per case and how many cases there are with rares in them, um, it it basically equals 15,000 or 5,000 less
Mm,
1,500.
gotcha.
So not only is it evident that, oh, they're actually making the correct number of these, it accounts for the 1,500 that are going to the vault. So
Gotcha.
I know there's a lot of tinfoil hatters the last few years that may not believe that they're totally on the up and up when it comes to those limited numbers, but this does suggest that that is definitely the case.
Yeah. Which is great to know. The one major question I have is, where are all of them? Because especially if we're looking at some of the light armor class, like what
Uh-huh.
happened to all of the Dark Empire E-wings and the A-wings and all of the other
Especially some of those
ones? And
rares that didn't pop up that much,
yeah,
like the
Vader,
light
like
armor rares.
yep, Vader and Kit Fisto and the Luke's land speeder as well. I mean, where are all of those? If there was 5,000 of them produced,
But yeah, I
and
mean, even the 15,000, there's got to be tons of the 15,000 light
exactly,
armors that we
where's
haven't
all the
seen.
Royal Guard TIE fighters? And are they, stuck inside of a crate that's somewhere on a shipping dock that never actually got picked up?
It's going to
So,
be an interesting few years, I think.
yeah, I think Ross is going to be
After what
probably
we've
one of the
already seen,
victims.
there's absolutely a scenario where cases and cases and cases of these show up at like
Mhm.
Ollie's or
Yeah,
Ross,
even
and
the
it's
TIE
ones that are
Whisper
going
rare.
for $120 on eBay.
Right. And so how long was it after Sabine that they actually got it at Ross? It was almost 2 years, wasn't it?
Quite a while, yeah. And well,
Because I
yeah,
wanna say
I
that was
mean,
last fall or something like that,
yeah,
where it would have
almost
been
almost
almost 2
2 years, I
years.
think.
So you could look like, for whenever, Vader dropped, which would have been last summer, so we're probably looking at winter time here this year, where maybe we end up seeing a bunch of Vader's Sith Interceptors show up. So, maybe in Australia and New Zealand. Potentially, but the one thing that is interesting is there are some that are set aside for that purpose because we're seeing the differences in the packaging. So, it's not yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's worldwide, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think we'll see that land speeder again, for the 50th anniversary of A New Hope.
Yeah, we
If
should.
we don't see it this year, I feel, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Well, it was supposed to be
that's
in a
2 more
battle
years, but
pack. It's supposed to be
yeah.
in a battle pack with something else, but for whatever reason it hasn't come out yet,
Mhm.
so
Oh, man. Well,
we'll
hopefully
see.
people have a better shot at it soon. Uh,
Agreed.
Kevin,
Yes.
before we jump into, some of the other stuff we got going on,
Uh-huh.
should we, go ahead and pull the trigger on this giveaway?
Do we want to? We're at we got 127 in right now. The if you joined recently, hashtag MaceMe MACEME. Go ahead and enter that into the chat. That will get you into the giveaway. Right now we're at 83.
Those are pretty good
So
odds. I like those odds.
yeah, yeah.
Chad wants us to do it.
Do it. Let's give we'll give 60 seconds here for anybody that's popped on here recently to go ahead and put that in.
Oh, here they come.
Putting
People
a
that have just signed on, their last chance. Here we go.
putting a timer in. 45 seconds here.
What's up, Brent? Age of Grogu, Darth Venom, Cramper, all kinds of people hopping in late, doing the giveaway.
Let's see here. I'm
Love
gonna
it.
go ahead and share
These have been
this.
fun, man. I've enjoyed doing these little giveaways.
Okay, here we go. We got it up there.
Last
We
chance.
got 20
We'll do a
seconds.
countdown here.
I've got my timer going right now, Cole.
Yeah.
15
Okay.
seconds. 10 seconds.
Which
There
really,
we go.
is it
5,
when you
4,
account for the
3,
delay.
2, 1, and here we go.
Ooh. Erlo and Von Reginald get at the last
Oh,
second there at
here
the
we
buzzer
go. Is
getting
it
those
gonna
in.
be? Fellomeria.
Fellomeria.
All right.
Fellomeria.
Congratulations.
Congrats on Mace Windu.
You have won a Mace Windu. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Now we're back.
Oh man. Oh hey,
Yes. Fellomeria.
there they are.
All right. So hopefully you're.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
you can email microgalaxysquadcast@gmail.com or reach out to Microgalaxy Squadcast or one of us on Instagram.
Yep. Either
And
one.
we will get that out to you. Congrats.
There we go. Mace has found a new home.
One day, one will find a home with me.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Well, it was a bummer that we didn't get the Blade Wing here in time for the show. But what we did get in,
Yep.
Series 8 light armor.
You have Series 8 light armor?
Yeah, since last episode, Series 8 light armor has come in.
No kidding.
Right? What are you talking about? You have Series 8. I'm not talking about Series 9. Series 8.
Yeah. Series
This has
8.
happened since
Series
8.
I thought
8.
you were talking about
is
the light armor
Amazon.
collection.
Amazon did not disappoint us.
Yes.
These actually shipped out relatively on time, which is amazing.
And dude, can we talk a little bit about?
So you've posted your reviews already, correct?
I have.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about this?
So Amazon just throwing hollow malls out like candy.
I know. It's crazy.
And I've seen your videos up. I thought
Yes.
I would take the time here while we chat about it to give some live reaction because I have not opened mine yet.
Oh, great. Nice.
I have not taken a look.
You haven't even opened your blinds yet.
Pure actual live reaction because I've not opened mine yet. But I know many of the people in the chat have had them get in. I've seen lots of posts.
Now, I will say, Cole, before you get too far, do you have any snips?
As always.
Yeah.
Stop. Do not return to store.
Yeah. Contact Jazzwares and they'll tell you to return it to the
store. Return to store. That's where I was going with that. I do not have snips super handy, but I'm going to risk cutting my fingers off with the knife.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's unfortunately, I hate the way they've packaged these in there, where they actually have a plastic twist tie in it, and it's a pain in the butt to get off. So if you have snips, you can grab some scissors. It's way easier to get them out. I was going to show that in my review, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I was so excited to get them, I had to just rip through it.
The hard-hitting stuff that people care about.
Yeah. Which one are you opening first?
What tool to use? So I'm going to go with the Tri-Fighter first.
Nice.
Just based on some of the stuff I've seen. There may be a little more to talk about in terms of the Striker. A little more
contentious.
More to talk
about. Yep. I had my Striker around here. Where did I put it?
So your Tri-Fighters.
Yes.
How are you feeling about them?
They're awesome.
You love them?
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. I have 3 currently. Here we go. Let me get there we go. I've got 3 of them right now. The droid is the same as all of the other droids.
Yeah.
No difference in the mold. They didn't do any color or anything on it, so it's just like
Really
your
sharp detail,
common.
though. I love that.
Yeah, just like your common droid.
Whatever plastic, whatever they're doing with the plastic these days. Oh my gosh, I see what you're saying. That's an actual wire.
No, it's no wire. It's just a piece of plastic
Oh, oh gosh.
which is the
Okay,
thing that's
I
the
thought it was
most
like
frustrating.
they have the twist ties that have like an actual wire in it.
Well, here's the problem, Cole, that you're gonna run into when you're trying to get that thing out of there. If you don't snip it, you have to try to feed it through the tri-droid, like the in between the ball joint and the top, and it's just a pain in the butt to get
We
through
just
that.
cut it here in this house. We just cut
Yeah,
it.
good.
Um,
Yeah, let me grab this.
love the engines. The engines really pop here. Man, the little missiles are nuts.
Yes.
Look at that. They come out. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Get
No,
it
it's
in
really cool.
focus. Let's see here. Little
Yeah,
missiles come out.
it does. Yeah, there's no
Now,
firing mechanism or
I
anything
was
on it,
gonna say,
but there are some missiles.
I was
So it's
gonna
a
say
little bit.
it doesn't shoot.
No, it's a little bit of a callback to what we get with the Y wing, where we have those proton torpedoes that are on the underside of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I love that. I love as long as you're not losing them, it's a great
Yeah.
mechanic. Now, is there a way to fit this in so it's not falling out?
Yes. Yeah, you can kind of see there is on the actual missile, there is a little groove.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So here you go. I'll show you right here, Cole. The on the missile, you see how it's got these 2 little
Yes.
wings right there? Those wings go into that little crease so that they
Mm.
can fit back in.
I see what you're saying, and I see where it should go, but this one's very loose.
Yeah, you got to push it all the way to where the back of it is all the way in. Here you go, like this. So it's got to go all the way down
Okay.
because there's a little clip there that'll stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one cool thing about this, and this is one that's great that we've seen now with a couple of these items, is that we're actually getting that ball joint. So if you have the flight stand, you'll see how short the flight stand is.
Yep.
If you're looking for a taller flight stand, I have them on my Etsy page. So that way
What a
you
good
can
shout out.
pick them
Great
up.
job. That does look good. Yeah, this is pretty
Yeah,
short, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm glad we're getting anything with these.
something. Yep, agreed. Just opened one of my packs and got a hollow maul. It's fantastic. Congratulations. Now you got a mace and a hollow maul all in one night. How about that?
This is cool, man. This looks great.
It does look
I
great.
do still, I still get a little sense of. It looks like it's from a different toy line almost.
Hmm.
I know I've said that before. Something about the coloring and the plastic. For some reason, I feel like it's almost like a different toy line. It just looks
Yeah, the
different than
one
the
thing that
others.
they didn't do on this one is they don't have any type of a wash on it. So where you
Yeah.
see all of the paint application on it, and that's where I was doing a comparison of this to the Vulture droid that we got in the Battle of Coruscant pack. And that blue is slightly more muted in the
Right.
Battle of Coruscant one, but I think a lot of that is because of the wash that's applied over top of it. Ryan, hey, thanks for tuning in and thanks for picking up some of the stands.
Very
I
cool. I
appreciate it.
like it. I bought 2 of these because it felt like a good army builder to me.
Yeah, I would love to get. I hope
Fleet
these
builder,
go
have a
on.
couple of them.
I hope
And
these
I
go
want to
on
put them
sale.
with the one day I'll add the tanks in, but yeah, I can put them with
Right?
the vulture droids from that set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little live blind box unboxing here.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get in there. Let's see. You got to close your eyes first and show it.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't get the hollow maul.
7th sister.
Nice.
Not
That's still
one
a
I
good
need a
one.
bunch of, but you know,
Oh, you
very
can
cool
always
to
use
have.
more of those. The speeder bike on that is awesome.
Yeah,
And then you can throw
absolutely.
her in with the other you can throw her
Um,
in with the other whatever it is. The Inquisitor ship.
the scythe.
The scythe, yeah.
Yeah, I've got one on my Rebels shelf already there. I'm not going to open the other Tri-Fighter, but I will open the blind box. Now, people have had amazing luck with the Hollow Mall, like we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And it really feels like, for some reason, Walmart got almost none of these, and all of them went to Amazon for whatever reason. Hey,
There it is. Look out. Yes,
this is
one of
confusing
our
because Mall is upright and the speeder is upside down.
uh-huh. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
There you
I don't know
go.
why they did it that way.
Very cool.
But
That's
yes,
for Jace.
one of our moderators got 32 malls. And one of the other moderators
32.
got 8 of the 8 ships and 8 hollow malls.
That's an insane number
It is.
because that means you've bought that many of the ships.
No kidding.
32. But like
Yeah.
that's a crazy, it's crazy that Walmart would get essentially
Mhm.
tons and tons of Ahsokas, the rare,
Yep.
and Amazon would get tons and tons and tons of the Chase Mall.
Yeah.
Super interesting. I
It
don't
is
know
interesting.
how that, I don't know what goes into the logistics that would make that happen.
Me either. The one thing too is River Trading Company or whatever didn't have Series 8.
Yeah, none for this time. I've relied on them for the last several waves, getting good stuff from them. Those 3-packs and 6-packs.
Yeah.
Nothing this time. I guess they dropped either Jazzwares didn't want to do it or they didn't order them this time. I feel like they've sold
Yeah.
pretty well, right?
They've probably sold pretty well, but I'm sure that they got a lot of returns.
That might be you're onto something with that.
Now,
I've
I
got a
did
lot of
go in and look at just River Trading Company just to see what is it that they sell, and they sell all types of
they
stuff.
sell everything. They're just
Yeah.
resell whatever they can get.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh,
another one.
so 2 for 3,
2 for 3.
and that's it. 2 for 3. 2 out of 3. That's
Look
cool.
out.
It looks cool.
It does look cool.
I don't know how to feel necessarily about the hologram stuff.
Oh, I love it,
I
man.
think it
I think
looks
it's awesome.
okay. It's not like my favorite, and I'm bummed about the Hollow Mall because it makes me even more upset that I did not splurge and get the Scout Trooper from
Mm,
SDCC. Now I
yeah,
feel like I need it.
I think you do.
You think the price is going to go up? It's going up as we speak. All these Hollow Malls, people are like
No,
chopping at the bit now.
I think it'll go down. Here we
The other
go.
new mold,
The Striker.
TIE Striker.
Yeah, this is an interesting one with where they put that seam on the actual wing. Because based on how they did the packaging for the TIE Strike or the TIE Whisper, they did the seam right at the edge of the wing, and it does still look like had they cut the seam further down on the wing, they could still fit that in the packaging. They didn't have to put it
Oh
right where it
man,
was.
I feel like we mentioned this when the photos first came out of this, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just seeing the first in package shot of this, a month or two ago,
Mhm.
both of us thought, "Hey, that's an odd place for that." I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us when we actually put the wings on.
Yeah.
And opening it for the first time, this has got one too.
Yes, it's got the
Oh
tie on it.
man,
This one's a little easier to get off. But the
no, thank you.
now I will
Um,
say once the wings are glued on, it looks much better. You don't actually see the seam as much. because you can glue it in there pretty tight.
For whatever reason, this tray just disintegrated in my hands.
Nice.
Absolutely disintegrated. All right, how
Yeah,
did
the
they put
right
this?
wing
Okay.
is too flaccid. I glued everything. Yep, Ryan, I'd agree.
Okay. So we've got a weird little bat here, a little butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got a little bit of trauma from the tie whisper.
Oh, from having the wrong wings?
Did I get a left and a right wing?
We'll find out here. Yeah, if it's that, that wing doesn't really.
Oh wait, hold on. I've got it upside down. Oh, I was getting, I was
Okay, there
getting
you go.
scared, dude. Oh man. Hold on. What?
No, I think you had it right. It's got little teeth on the bottom of the wing, and there you go.
This can't be right.
No, you got it on the wrong side there.
All right.
It can only go on one way.
Yep. So that's good. Well, okay. On first look, not as bad as the Facebook group would have me believe.
Yeah.
Does it look perfect? No.
Yeah,
but I was ready for these things to be like so loose and flaccid.
Yeah, when you hold
was
it up
appalling.
in this position, Cole, like this, you can see how even the wings are there.
Right.
You know, if I try to get it like perfectly flat, you can see it. That looks pretty good. If you hold it up like that, you can still see the one on this side drops just a tiny bit.
On the left side?
On the left side, yeah. If it's flying at you like
Mine
that.
too.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's the same side.
Why?
Because for whatever reason, the thickness of that the teeth that come out
Something
of
with the
that,
mold is just off.
the thickness is not thick enough to hold it because the other wing will hold. Yep. Yeah. See how it kind of like falls down there?
Weird.
And if you move it around, like you just plugged it in the first time, if you unplug it and plug it back in, it'll get looser.
I mean, there's a lot on here that's great. I love the back opens.
Oh my gosh.
We have a little does the
Yeah,
back
the whole
open?
thing opens. Yep. Kind of pull up on the back there. And it actually does click open.
Ooh.
Yeah. You should be able to
it's the whole cockpit. Okay.
Yeah, the whole top comes off. Not the whole
Interesting.
top comes
Hey,
off,
I
but it's a
love that
hinge.
detail. That looks great. I love that.
Yep.
The come on. There we go. Look at that. That looks so good.
It does.
Very cool detail in there. Now, I've been saying I wouldn't mind a $25-ish premium light armor release from the vault as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always willing to pay more for extra detail and stuff like that. Maybe one day they'll take our advice and put blast effects in there as a
That would be cool.
added value. Lots of trouble getting the door closed. Oh man.
No, it clips in.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna break it there. So this is like normal flight mode, right?
Correct.
With them kind of down a little bit. Now, why do they do this? Do we ever see them up like this?
That's a great question. I don't know if we do or not. You know, I've certainly been curious of that as well. Or how are they parked? Like, are they parked with the wings perfectly horizontal? Yeah, see how loose that is now?
So,
it's like flopping around.
People are taking these, and I've seen several pictures of this.
Yep.
They're putting a little bit of glue where they meet, and then putting a clamp over it to keep it flat and letting it dry with a clamp on it. Is that right?
You can. You don't need to. I didn't do that with any of mine. I've got 3 of them.
Did you just put something in there to keep this up?
Nope. I just I just use super glue. I use like regular old Gorilla Glue, wherever it's at. Yeah.
Now, see, my issue was I think I
I
put
use this
the other
stuff.
one on first, so I thought this doesn't look bad at all. No issue.
Yeah.
No,
But
like it.
when you glue it, you can hold it to where it's close enough, and it'll, as long as you're using that type of Gorilla Glue. That's what I've been
Did
using.
you glue end up gluing both?
I did, yeah. Then I
Yeah,
just flip it over upside down like that and set it down when it's horizontal like this, and it seems to glue fine. I didn't have any issues.
yeah.
But it does look, when you have it glued like that as well, like you can see with my version here that's glued,
You're
the
always going to
way,
see the joint regardless, and I think that's
yeah,
where we were a little worried on
but it's
first
not
view.
as bad because when you put the glue, the
Yeah.
way I did it was, I don't have that one that's
Well,
unglued.
they
I
don't
wonder if
line
this
up
one,
perfectly either, which is a little bit of an issue.
but if you put the glue on this part right here,
Uh-huh.
like this part of the underside of the wing right there,
Yeah.
instead of just putting it in the teeth part that's down in the bottom, when it sticks together, that glue starts to fill some of that gap. So you can kind of see that on mine. Notice that you can't see the gap as much right there. The seam doesn't look as bad. It's not as pronounced just because it had that glue there. And then I just took like a Q-tip and wiped away any excess that came out when I squeezed it together. So it
So I
fills
would,
it.
again, I don't know anything. I'm just some doofus, but
It looks
seems to
awesome. Yeah.
me you could have avoided that by making this a starfighter class and adding 2 pilots, right? Like, you wouldn't have to disassemble this if this was starfighter
You
and you
would.
threw in the actual second
Y-
pilot for this.
You'd still have to do that because it's
It
too
won't
big.
fit quite in the
No, it wouldn't fit in the package.
hmm.
But again, I don't know why they made the joint there. Why don't you just make the joint further down, right at the seam, like they did with the Whisper?
That was my first thought. The only thing I could imagine is they potentially may have run into an issue with the hinge there where they didn't like that piece snapping on right there near the hinge.
Well, now there could be an actual package size problem too. So if you've got this is your light armor class box, you can see if I put that up there, the the
Yeah.
wing still wouldn't even fit. You could angle it slightly in the package and it would still work. But yeah, kind of a weird. It'd be interesting to know why they picked that specific spot. I'm sure it has to do something with the packaging part of
Again,
it.
much smarter than us.
Right.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there was a reason, but from this side, you got to wonder what that reason was. It's a little wonky.
Hmm.
Uh, on an otherwise really cool release, this little sausage.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I like it.
It is awesome.
But
And it
man,
does
yeah.
have a little flight stand. Did you see your display stand that was
I
in the
do,
box?
yeah. It's got one very similar to the Interceptors.
Although I don't know that I'd call that a display stand. I don't even know what to call that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's literally just so this can actually sit,
yeah,
right?
not
That's
fall
kind of the
over.
deal.
Yeah. Kind of
A
silly how
wedge. It has a wedge here that somehow,
other way.
yeah, interesting. That would be
It's wherever the little tooth is that's sticking up, that little tooth goes in between the lasers on the front. It might be the other way.
I did have it the right way, Kevin.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't have mine. I got rid of them when I oh, it's right here. Never mind.
Okay. Well,
But yeah.
I mean, cool. Yeah, this one a little bit of a mixed bag, unfortunately. I think we were this close to greatness.
Hmm. Yeah. It's still awesome. I mean, I'll still get a
Is
ton of
that
these.
Rogue One? That's Rogue One, right?
What's that?
We were this close to greatness. Isn't that a thing? No? Or
Uh
did I butcher that?
I don't remember that one.
Oh
But it's
man,
very
chat, help me out.
possible.
Am I wrong? Am I totally missing it? Is it greatness? I thought that was Rogue One. Yeah, Krennic. Come on, Kevin. Man.
Yeah, sorry.
Pilot, standard pilot, I assume.
Standard pilot, yep.
Standard
Just with the cog.
deco, normal size cogs. I keep waiting for, we've got this nice deco on the helmets now.
Mhm.
The next step, I think, is for them to shrink that deco just a little bit.
Mm.
Get the cogs a little bit smaller, the Rebel insignia a little bit smaller. I should have got another striker. I don't know why I got one. That seems silly. They have not been back up at Amazon in a while, right?
They popped back up for a short
Shortly
period of
after the
time.
pre-order
Yeah,
launch,
because
but yeah.
I think I
Mm.
picked up another 1 or 2 or something like that. Or no, I picked up 2 of them because I didn't have them initially. But yeah, they should be showing up at some Walmarts too, so yeah. It's awesome. I'm a
A
huge
little
fan
bit
of
of
the
a weird
striker.
release, right? Series 8's been a little strange, like a slow rollout,
Mhm.
just a slow trickle of starfighters to target.
Yep.
Very, very, very weird slow trickle of light armor to Walmart. Amazon has had some, but obviously no rares or chases there.
Mhm.
So kind of weird. And now it already feels somewhat like it's almost time to start making way for Series 9 here with all the discounts they're running and things like that. Feels like the Arc and the Reaper might be right around the corner since they're
Agreed.
making shelf space for it. But we'll see more of that at Celebration.
Yes, we will. We'll also see
Kevin,
something else at Celebration.
just a few days from now, the booth will open and the mysteries will end. We will actually see the product.
Yep.
And there's been another tease. We got another tease this week, and we got promo images for the exclusive from Celebration.
Yeah.
You want to throw those up? This is
Yep.
courtesy of Toy Sapiens page. I found these.
This box looks really cool.
Toy Sapiens, the Hot Toys store. Very, very cool. They have all kinds of Hot Toy stuff. And they have a large Micro Galaxy section there. But for whatever reason, this was on their website on a page listing. You couldn't purchase it, but they threw up all the promo images, so we actually get our first real good look up close at some of these. And the box in there is
Yeah.
really, really cool.
That is
That's
really
I
cool.
believe that's from the final scene in the episode where it's actually pretty funny the way they did this. The X-wing kind of crash lands in the I don't know if you remember the episode, Kevin, or
I
if you've
don't
seen it.
remember the episode. I saw the image that you had on here, but I don't know if it made it
It
into the
did it didn't
slideshow.
make it in there, I don't think. So
Okay.
the packaging there, the X-wing crash lands nose first into the sand,
Mhm.
and Kare and his droid are kind of sitting up there at the top on top of it, looking out
Okay.
into the twin suns.
Nice. Nice.
So it's like a really cool callback to that last scene in the episode with
Oh,
the
that's great.
X-wing there planted in the sand.
Yeah. I see that. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. The not that much blue on the X-wing in the actual show. They kind of
Yeah.
went heavy on the blue tint with this, but it does look really, really cool. It's awesome. They gave us a new droid mold for this and a new
That's
figure,
right.
and not one that you can reuse. So
Mhm.
cool of them. It says on the page first to market. We still don't know what that means. I assume we'll find out here in a few days.
Mhm.
But 3,000 is a lot. I don't know. They've typically done 500 at events like
Yeah.
this, so that's a lot. We'll see what happens with the rest of that. If it's all going to be sold at Celebration, or if maybe some of this can pop up on Vault. I would love for this to pop up on Vault to
Agreed.
give people that can't fly to Japan a shot at it.
You know, the one cool thing about this picture too, and I kind of saw it a little bit from the other view. We don't have a good shot of the bottom of the ship, but when you go back to that promo image, on the bottom of it, it does look like it's shaded blue versus it being an actual blue vehicle, kind of like they did with the
Mm-hmm.
storyboard series or whatever. And I think that's what we're
I
seeing
see what
here
you're
because the
saying.
bottom of the actual X-wing is blue, even
That
though the
whole
top of it is
bottom
white.
piece.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can see it a little bit. You can't really see it in either one of these images. You don't get a chance to see the bottom of the actual vehicle, but it does look, I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
cool.
fan of it. I
The
love the
red
droid.
glass really stands out too. It's real
Yeah.
striking.
I love the
So
droid.
I just thought it was cool to see some better images of that close up, and
Mhm.
hopefully we get a shot at it. I don't know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um,
Whoop. Went too far.
yeah, and moving on. We're I think at this point we can probably skip past the last couple episodes. If you want to see the Series 9 teases they've done
Mhm.
with slightly in depth, you can go back and catch the last
Yep,
episode or two.
exactly. Yeah, we talked about all of these with the Defender. I can't wait to see what that looks like, what an actual product of that looks like.
I
Super
can't wait
pumped.
to see. So I can't wait to see it, but I really hope they have it in packaging at there because I'm more curious how they're going to package this, and I'm more uh, curious, but also worried is not the right word. But the TIE Striker has me a
Oh,
little
if they
more
take like the
interested in how
tips
they're
of the wing
packaging the
off.
Defender than before.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If they
I
take the
hope they didn't have to make any crazy concessions. How is that light armor, dude?
I don't
How on
know.
earth does that fit in that little bubble?
It can if you take all the wings off.
Surely they didn't do that though, right?
I don't know. I mean, they did that with the Imperial shuttle. They took
Kevin,
all the wings off so you get just the body.
you know what would remedy a lot of these issues?
Yeah. Make it a starfighter class.
Combining combining light armor
Yeah.
and
You're
starfighter.
exactly right.
I will
Yep,
bang that drum every episode until it happens.
for sure.
And then we got this one, what we assume is Hera's B-wing on there.
Mhm.
Um, we were a little surprised to see the what we think is Poe and a BB droid
Yep.
on that rare. I don't know if that's a things have changed from the Walmart listings. If we're no longer getting what was it? Maybe a skeleton crew.
Yeah, and
Is
the
that
other
what we
thing
thought?
about
We were
it
going to get
too,
a
Cole,
new Republic X-wing.
the other thing that's crazy about this is I think it's been since Series 3 that one of these collector's guides has been accurate. And with the
Hmm.
same thing, if we go back to Scout class, where you've got, for whatever reason, all the promo images that we're seeing for Series 8 has 8 items in it, but there's really only 6. So uh, who knows whether or not this is going to be accurate. Let's hope so. I think there would
Yeah,
be a huge uproar if all of a sudden we get this series and this is changed and the
yeah. I'm
collector's
I'm
guide
really
is different.
excited to see what the two figures with the ATDP are. They might be the same, but I would love for them to be two different figures.
Yeah, that would be cool. And then we've got all of these
So this
other
is the new
packs.
one.
Yeah. And great that we've got a picture there of the Reaper. I thought it came with 4 troopers. It's only showing 3 in that picture.
Yeah, well, I
Correct?
guess that's the problem with those Walmart
Yeah.
listings.
Um, and then you've got so it looks like I'm interested to see what the top left one is that has an X-wing, and it looks like Vader's TIE Advanced.
Hmm.
Whether or not that's
Yeah,
a
I mean, to
final
me, who
duel
knows? Who
battle
knows?
damage.
Yeah, it might just be a way to get Vader and Luke back out there since those kind of went up in price for a while.
Hmm.
Um, and I again, we're at the point in the line where I don't think every single release has to be for every single collector, even the hardcore
Sure.
collector. If there's a battle pack that has Vader and Luke in it, I that's great to get those back out there.
Yep.
Um, those did go up in price.
Gosh, I mean, I couldn't believe Vader was like $50. It's like,
Yeah, Vader was up, and Luke was even got up there for a while too, but they've
really?
kind of popped in and out on Amazon, and then that Trench Run battle pack came back,
Hmm.
and that
Right.
helped the price some because that's $50, and Vader was going for $50, so I think a lot of people probably picked that up, but I assume that's what this is. Who knows? And then we've got below that is the Anakin. What we assume is Anakin evolution pack, essentially.
Yep.
That's likely re-releases. If those are all just straight repaints and re-releases, I think it might be a little easy for me to pass on it.
Hmm.
Now, Kevin, if that ETA2 is green,
Oh, that's for sure.
do you have to buy the pack?
Yes. I think I'd get it regardless. I can't imagine that this would just be your standard N1 that's going to be in there. It's going to be a battle damage N1 or battle damage something. You
Maybe.
know, at least one of them will have something that's going to be different versus it being just a total repack.
Yep.
That's what they've done with all of the other ones.
Yeah. Um, that's I'm not saying that's my guess,
Hmm.
but I am saying if that is what it is, that ETA2, if they've repainted that the
The
green
green.
version,
I hope they
I'm
don't do
I'm
another
probably
yellow
in.
one. Oh,
I'm
man,
probably in because they've already done that would be the
that'd be
third.
5. That'd be the 5th.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be the
Yeah,
5th one
they
because
can't
they've
do that
got
to us.
the standard
Hopefully
release.
that's a new version of that to get people to buy that. I would be in if that's the case.
Mhm,
I might not pick this up if it's straight re-releases.
right.
Um,
Yeah, what do you think about that, having the, potentially Vader Luke in a pack and then having the Vader and all of these others in a different one?
yeah, I mean, well, they're getting their money's worth from the production run,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's the
That's
logistics of it.
Cole,
The
that's the thing that
logistics make a lot of sense.
and that's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me from a business perspective, because when you're looking at producing a tool for an item, why would you limit the amount that you're going to make? Because that just drives up the cost of that specific tool and
Sure.
that specific item versus
Yeah.
do 15,000 of them. Like the amount of time it's got to take to reset everything to do that AATs, the CIS tank, and then the paint application and all of it. Why would you only run 5,000 of those? Like, that just seems silly to set it up unless it's super easy to set up and you can just rip through a production run really fast. But yeah, I don't really know. But then the two on the right side, I think, are the most interesting, where it looks
For
like we're
sure.
getting an ATTE and a Z95. And were you saying that was like a Clone Wars episode that could be coming from that or something? Is that right?
It's
Were
possible. I
you
think
saying
somebody in
that?
the Facebook group was saying that,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, I mean, again, it's another shot at the Z95 is awesome. My
Hmm.
hope again is that this is a different deco ATTE.
Yeah,
I think that's a
I hope
great, and
so.
it's another one of those that like you could paint that however many ways, like the Grand
Oh,
Army,
yeah, like a ton.
and the Grand Army was clearanced.
Hmm.
They sold out as tends to happen with these Target releases.
Yep.
The first allotment sells through really quickly,
Hmm.
and then they get a massive, massive, massive shipment in after that, and there's too many of them, and they all got a lot of them got clearanced, and now the price is way back up, and I see posts all the time of people looking to finish out the Grand Army sets, and the
Mm,
prices of them have tripled.
yeah, I wish I hadn't gotten rid of all of my extras that I had like
I
a year
know,
ago. I mean,
I
I had
know.
like
It
two
would
of
it
all of them.
it would be awesome if this was some kinda cool deco on both of them.
Right.
That would be really fun. I think anything in Clone Wars like that where you can, do different battalions and things like that is really, really fun, and I would be in for repaints of that for sure. Now,
Yep.
I would say the one that's the most curious is probably this bottom right one here
Hmm.
with the I've seen lots of speculation with this AT-AT, just an AT-AT by himself.
Yep.
Um, Lots of people saying Shadow AT-AT,
Hmm.
45th anniversary of ESB. So it could be some kind of an Empire re-release or something like that. TK
Oops,
says
sorry.
hologram AT-AT.
Nice. That would
That would be
be pretty
absolutely
intense.
insane.
It could be a battle
Absolutely insane.
damage. Could be a battle damage. Could be the Hoth battle pack version that's
So
got
it's
all of
weird,
the extra
it
weathering.
I'm surprised not to see some of this stuff like we talked about last episode with we've seen new ATSTs,
Hmm.
we've seen a new snow speeder,
Yeah,
but this doesn't have either one of those in there. So,
correct. Which is really
I don't
weird.
know, and this makes me think, are these even 100% accurate, or is it, like, they're giving you a hint of something, like, this thing actually just means it has the AT-AT, but it's actually a larger set with multiple things in it.
Hmm.
Who knows,
Yeah.
we're not
Certainly
totally
the
sure.
way that because of what we know about that Anakin evolution pack, I feel like this is probably close to the type of product that we're going to get. Certainly getting a chance to see what that actual product is will be very interesting because if you look at the figures, it does not look like we're getting a bunch of snowtroopers like we got or General
Yeah.
Veers like we got originally. So, I mean, it looks like different figures.
So, we there's a chance we could see something else on Thursday.
Hmm.
I don't know if we will see anything this week because technically Celebration does start this week. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get an actual, drop on social media with teases or pre-order or anything like that. Um, but how are you feeling? This right here is a
Hmm.
lot of, re-releases, a lot of reuse, a lot of repaints.
Yeah. This whole page is other than the
Yeah,
Reaper.
minus the Reaper, yeah, all these are reuses, which is something.
Yep.
Do you think this is it as far as what will be at Celebration?
Hmm.
Or are you thinking there's something they left off and there'll be some true surprises?
It'd be interesting to see what the deal is with the snow speeder that we've seen, the snow speeder and the ATST,
Mhm.
to see whether or not that is something that they're going to talk about. Now, certainly when we got the droid battle pack last year from Disney Store, that was a May 4th thing that just
Yep,
popped up out of nowhere. Nobody knew anything about that. So,
and my guess is we'll see I kinda think we'll see one of those again.
yeah, that's what my initial inclination was when I first
Mhm.
saw that. Maybe you get 2 ATSTs and 2 snow speeders or something like that in that set. Um, but
So, overall, Celebration kind of a big deal,
mhm,
and I know the next chance to do something big like this would be Comic-Con.
mhm.
Looking at what they've teased so far, how are you feeling on the event as a whole, like what they are bringing to the table to show? Do you feel like this is enough hype to drive the line through through the summer to SDCC? Short of giving it a letter grade or something, I
Yeah, I
think
think so.
are you hyped seeing what they've done? Because we've already seen now that the Reaper
Mhm.
and Arc were at Toy Fair. So it's a little, it's not quite like a big new reveal, because we've seen that already.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super pumped for the light armor. I
Uh-huh.
mean, the TIE Defender is my favorite TIE fighter beyond the Phantom, the TIE
I agree.
Phantom. So, I mean, getting a chance to get 2 of those in a set is gonna be pretty sick.
Yeah.
But,
I am most pumped for the Defender for sure.
and so we'll see what they have with Scout Class. I mean, if Scout Class is what it looks like it is, man, what a letdown. So, I don't know that
Yeah.
this is gonna have me hyped enough, although I hope my major hope is that they do stagger some of these releases
Okay.
instead of just dumping it all. If we end up getting this information now and then next month in May, they dump it all on us. What are you going to have then between that and, because it would be August, right? End
Yeah,
of August is when we then would get the next series, potentially series 10.
right.
And,
Which we'd see
and,
it at Comic-Con, I guess.
and does series 9 now, when it gets revealed like this, is this your August release? If it is,
Yeah,
man, that's a long time.
that's
You
a
got
long wait.
4
I know.
months.
I'm kinda curious. I would hope that maybe in between these 2 waves is when they drop the Reaper and the Arc,
Mhm.
and, I mean, even if they gave us an Arc repaint as a retailer exclusive or later in the summer,
Yeah.
or, the next season after whenever we do get it, but yeah, I'm super, super excited for the Defender. I
Mhm.
do feel like, especially with these battle packs here being all repaints or re-releases, for me to feel like this was a huge, like, home run, like they knocked it out of the park, I really feel like we need an actual tease at the booth.
Mhm.
So, I think this is a good lineup, it's a good wave. We'll get hands-on, I guess, probably with the Reaper and the Arc 170. But for me to, like, be wowed by this, presentation, booth, whatever that they're bringing out for everybody, um, I wanna see something like a, uh, crowdfunded jazz lab in August
Mm,
2025,
that's what you're saying. Gotcha.
something like that. I wanna
Yeah.
see, a tease for the assault class this year of Jabba's sail barge. Um,
Yeah, right.
a brand new capital class line, the blockade runner is coming,
Mhm.
or,
I see what you're saying.
like
Yeah,
blockade
that would be
runner,
interesting.
Gozanti, something like, a larger capital ship class. They don't have to have it there. A prototype would be amazing,
Mhm.
but I, or like, the Outrider is a crowdfunded project coming later this year on Vault.
Mhm. Sure.
Something like that is what I feel like this line needs to drum up that hype to, I do feel sometimes I get the feeling that I wouldn't say plateaued, but do you feel like we've kinda hit like a wall in terms of where the hype is at for this line, the interest, the hype? There's new people coming into the line all the time,
Yeah, yeah.
which is great, but I really feel like that's what the line needs right now, is something to really hype people up, even people that aren't actively collecting the line, but like the Ghost was when the Ghost came out and made a huge pop. People were like, "Whoa, do you see what those guys over there are doing? They've got a blockade runner," or something
Mhm.
like that, or, even Jabba's sail barge. Um,
Right.
I really feel like they need, yeah, this is exactly what I was DC Metro says, a silhouette. That's kinda what I'm thinking, like they did a few years ago in their panel where they showed a silhouette of the Phantom One,
Yeah.
kinda like that. I feel like we need that tease or something that people are of a larger ship, whether it be capital ship, a new class size, do you agree?
Yeah.
I I
Yep.
I want just a little, I want that, the Apple, I want, like, the one more thing.
Mhm.
And I think what they've teased here is really cool. It's a good lineup, but I really feel like the line needs that injection right now of the
Yeah.
one more thing that makes a splash. And if not celebration, then who it's a long time
Yeah, certainly I
to
think
Comic Con.
having, and to the same degree, the rollouts have just not been very, they haven't been very good. They haven't been paced very well. The Between some retailers getting them and other retailers not, and then knowing, like, a great example is the Slave One. It's like, is that an Amazon exclusive? We have no idea. I mean, it doesn't say it on the Amazon, but
Never even really acknowledged by Jazzwares, I don't think,
yeah, I
right?
mean, and that's where, like, from a marketing perspective, you've got to get, like, having somebody from Jazzwares on this show would be great, where we could then be able to ask some questions and get a little bit of tease and
Which we hope is
keep the
happening soon
thing
after the
rolling.
celebration craziness dies down. I feel fairly confident we'll be able to have, somebody
Yeah.
from Jazzwares on with us to hang out.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's what this line really needs is just the constant. You need to have the constant influx of things that are happening.
Yeah,
Talking about it in the future, going like, "Yeah, this is going to come down the line." It's like, okay, but when are we getting some of this stuff? Like, if the Reaper's coming out, is that coming out? At the end of April? Is that coming out? The thing that they did great with the Ghost is, hey, the Ghost is coming in August. Great,
August,
now I
yeah,
have
y y
something to
that
look
yeah,
forward
that's
to.
a great point. I think teasing the stuff, having some kinda timeline for these, like a window.
Right?
If we could just get a window for some of the teases, even if they're on a card at the booth,
Yeah.
would be I think the Arc needs a release window. The Reaper needs a release window.
You could do all Series 9 as well. Series 9 coming summer of 2025.
Yeah.
Then now instead of looking at it and going, well, gosh, Series 8 just hit. We're seeing Series 9. Are we going to get Series 9 next week? And now we don't get a chance to get the rest of Series 8? Like,
Yeah, and even when they tease that, because I do see a lot of that in post when this new stuff comes out, it's always like, "Well, I haven't even found Series 8 yet, and Series 9 is
mhm,
already coming out," and it's like, "Well, just because they're putting this out doesn't mean it's coming out next week." But if at the same time it was, "Hey, this is July,
mhm,
of 2025 is when we're shooting for."
right,
Now with who knows the way things are now with, tariff stuff and shipping and things like that, it's
right.
possible a lot of the logistics are kind of in limbo.
Mhm.
So I understand there may be some difficulty there, but yeah, having a little more organized release for some of this, I think would feel a
Yeah.
lot better.
They've got to do something with that because that's how you get the hype to go and you keep it
Right.
moving. You have to keep it moving consistently. Otherwise, you get these flash in a pan of like, oh man, Series 8 hit, bam, it's here. It all floods the market in a week. And then everybody's sitting around going, all right, I got everything. Now
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
If you have something to look forward to, keep pre orders coming. What would be great, this is my hope. This would be freaking awesome if this happens on Thursday, is that they allow for pre orders of Series 8 and Series 9 light armor and starfighter class.
Yeah, to drop you mean
Or
to
they give
drop after the booth?
to, yeah, or
Sure.
yes, or talk about that at, hey, this is coming. You're going to be able to pre-order the entire series, the collections. I mean, man, that would be amazing.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm hyped for a lot of the stuff they're showing, but I still have my fingers crossed that we'll see one big reveal like
That'd be cool. I'd love it.
Jabba sail barge goes
Java Sail
AP,
Barge is a must. They have to
blockade
do that.
runner. They've got it. They've got to do the sail barge.
Yeah. That
It's
would
like
be, you want to talk about
OT
getting people back into this line and people that have never been in it before. That's an
100%.
easy one. Super easy.
It's one they've got to do. I mean, there's a lot of I love Clone Wars.
Hmm.
There's a lot of Clone Wars in this line.
Yeah.
So I hope the sail barge is coming. Star Destroyer. I'm still on the train that they need to find a new scale for the capital ships
Oh yeah. You could
and
never do it to
say
scale.
whatever, I don't know about Super Star Destroyer, but
Hmm.
if a Star Destroyer is kind of your max size and say it's 3 feet long, you
Hmm.
scale everything down from what you think the reasonable scale for a Star Destroyer is. You know, say,
Yeah.
like a blockade runner's 16 inches or something, or 18 inches.
Well, Sky Guy Customs actually has a blockade runner that's, I think it's scaled up slightly bigger than what
Mm-hmm.
Micro Galaxy would be, but it's 6 feet long.
Yeah, it's huge.
I
So
mean,
there's
you
no
would
way,
never
and
do
I
that.
don't. If they do that and go that route, I don't expect it to actually be in scale.
No, never
But
be
I
in
think
scale.
I think it would be cool
Never.
to find a new scale for those ships for sure.
Sure. Yeah,
So I'm excited. Um, I am still holding out hope that we'll see
yeah,
something to really make a splash like that.
for sure. Now we do have one more picture here before we move on, which is this Target listing for that Evolution pack at 57.99. What do you think about that price?
That's steep. That's steep, Kevin. For
That
potentially
is.
four ships I already have. Is that right? Four,
Yeah.
five,
So
four.
you're looking at no, it's 4. So you're looking at 4, so that puts that at what's the cost per vehicle on that one? Because they're all starfighter class. No, they're not. There's one light armor class. What does that end up being? I'm not a mathematician, so I've got to do my math here. Yeah,
Well, it's
it's like
roughly 15 a
14,
piece. So,
15 bucks a piece. That's about like in
and then you're
between.
taking off a couple dollars for the light armor.
Right.
But they may
Yep.
not sell it for that. By the time it releases, it could come out and actually be $49.99 or something
I
like that.
hope it's less than that. If it's that much, I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah.
got something really unique in it, I'll definitely be waiting on that one.
Yeah.
How many figures do
So,
we
that's right
have?
around the corner. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't checked. We ought to ask Dave if he's still in there, what the shipping data says for some of those. I'm curious
Mhm.
if any of those are already in the States. I guess they just got that one exclusive, so maybe maybe they're trying to get
Oh, the
that
one, yeah,
exclusive off the shelves first before they bring in another exclusive, even if it's a different box size.
yeah. I
Um,
haven't seen any of them in stores, have you?
no, I don't think they've hit stores yet, only online,
Right.
which would be super interesting if it ends up being basically an online exclusive. I don't know what
Yeah.
that says for the state of things, but
The, certainly the, Shuttle Tidarium, I haven't seen since they've stocked those, I haven't seen a single one move. Not one.
really,
Not one.
there's one or two at a couple of stores around here that have hung around, but a lot of them sold
Yeah, we've got
from
like
that first
5. 5 or
first
6 at
shipment.
all of them.
Yeah, available at multiple retailers too. So,
The
all
Shuttle
right,
Tidarium?
should we just briefly touch on the macro galaxy of Star Wars?
Okay, hit me.
Tickets for Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary are now live. They went live yesterday. Go grab your tickets. I believe it's in 4DX. It's in 4D and normal theater formats, is from what I've
Okay,
seen.
gotcha.
Um,
Nice.
you can get your popcorn bucket with the Matt Ferguson art, the Vader head cup, and I believe AMC has a really really nice looking Darth Vader helmet popcorn bucket that looks really slick.
Oh, nice.
So that'll
I
be
did
fun.
see
I'll try to get some friends together and maybe go see a screening here.
yeah, one of our counterparts here on the squad ended up doing like a quick picture like review of or not a quick picture, a video review of that helmet drink cup.
Uh-huh.
It looks terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
It looks cool, but you got the
It's not
straw
good.
in it. You take the helmet off. It's got the one little tiny hole. Like, can you not unscrew that thing to be able to like that seems like a
Not
total
yeah, it looks
disaster.
pretty bad, which makes the AMC one look that much better.
Okay.
The
Good.
Vader helmet. I hope it was real. I assume what I saw was real. You never know these days.
Hmm.
I think it was a real picture of that Vader helmet for the popcorn bucket. It looked good. I'll definitely be seeing that. I love the re-releases. I think I've seen most of them. Anytime you can see it on a big screen, it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away to go see it, but
It's no, it's tough these days. I haven't seen much lately.
mhm.
You have 1 week before to catch up on Andor. If you have forgotten season 1 or you missed out on season 1, 1 week from tonight,
Yep.
Andor will begin with the first 3 episodes. And lastly, just a reminder that Celebration begins what I believe is Thursday night our time is when the doors will be opening, and an influx of all kinds of Star Wars news, both merchandise and media related, will be coming out. So we're obviously not there, but check out Boba Squadron, Toying Around, Levita Yoko,
There's quite a few
and
people that are out there.
Angry Appa. Paul's
Mhm.
there. Bitter Asian Dude Inc. Check out all kinds of people are there. It'll be fun. I know Fantha Tracks, I think, is there too. So I'm sure it'll be all over the socials. I'm stoked for it. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Kevin, our last segment of the show,
hmm
the Community Spotlight.
Got some great stuff here in the Community Spotlight. Super excited. You want me to just go ahead and fire away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire away.
I was waiting for you to do our
you've
intro
added
here.
some stuff last minute here, so why don't
Yeah.
you give us a rundown?
Okay, gotcha. So every episode, we're going to spotlight some of the cool things from in the Micro Galaxy community. So these are customs, videos, displays, and of course, any photography. So you can send submissions anytime to microgalaxy squadcast at gmail.com, or you can hit either of us on the socials. So the first one here was actually just such a silly one. It's the other way. I think it's the other way. The first one here is a submission from probably one of the best customers, like person that does customs out there. And this is from
Customizers.
our friend at Rebel Scale, Jonathan Campbell, who has the best scout class vehicle that has been created by Micro Galaxy Squadron. So this is the super, super chase rare one of one, maybe.
As
This is
seen at Toy Fair 2025.
as seen at Toy Fair. They took a droid and put it on the flamethrower from the Halo figure, and somehow they stuck it on a stand. So he grabbed that and put that on there. I thought that was hilarious. Very funny to see that up there. This is obviously not an actual scout class vehicle.
Well, and we still don't know. We
Yeah.
still don't know if that was somebody just being funny at the booth or if that was an actual accident
Yeah, if
that
somebody
happened there.
actually
I don't know.
thought that's what it
If we
was supposed
have
to be.
somebody on here in the next month or two, I'd like to ask them what the deal is with this if they know.
Yeah, especially
It,
because all the figures and the vehicles were mixed up on Scout Class as well. The
it's like
whole
they arrived
display
in a
was set up.
box that all got jumbled up, and somebody's like, "Hey,
I
have
don't
the
know.
intern put those together," and he's like,
Right. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Amazing. Yeah, I hope it was just an actual accident.
Yeah, it
Like
has to be.
somebody's looking at that and thinking, I guess this is a speeder from Star Wars? Put the droid on it.
That's great. Very cool. And then the next one, I'm always a huge fan of displays. This is from Rob H. Huge hanger display that he's got set up there with a bunch of different stands on it. So some of these actually I have on my Etsy page, but some of them he's got the TIE fighter sitting there on the middle shelf that are on a platform. Those can also be found on Etsy. They're not on my page, but somebody's got them up there. As well as having the striker on there is really cool. I'm such a huge fan of displays like this. And then another
Now, this
one
is
here.
Rob
This is Rob, yeah.
from the Facebook group.
Yep, from the Facebook
Very
group.
cool.
And then another one that I just I'm always such a fan of how deep everybody goes with this, but being able to go back into some of the episodes and find out episodes where some of these vehicles come from. This was an awesome one from Wayne G, who's out there in the group, and posted this picture because I don't remember any of these episodes, and The
I feel you.
Ahsoka one looks awesome, but then getting a chance to see that next to the actual image of it from the animated series, it's like, man, that looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean, the quality of
it
that,
always helps for sure.
face that's on there. So if you're looking to rewatch this episode to see that Bark speeder that Ahsoka's on, it's in Clone Wars. The episode is called Kidnapped.
Kidnapped.
And then the final one that we have here is I wonder if he's on here right now. This is the most cool. I mean, this has got to be one of those. When I saw this initially, I originally saw like the whole making of this thing, and I
He
was like,
only
"What the?"
makes ridiculous things.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is this thing?" And then he showed the picture of it painted, and I was like, "That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen." It reminds me kind of like Donnie Darko, with the rabbit mask, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then I didn't even notice that the bongo was there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is from Sky Guy Customs. Um, with this OPC killer. He designed, I think he designed the head with the tongue, and so the
Yeah,
bongo is on the it actually mounts on the tongue,
it's a
and
big
he's got
goober
this hung
fish.
up in his workshop. Man, that is it is so unique and so crazy that I feel like I just have to have one of those. I mean,
It
that is out
definitely
of
gives
control.
like actual mounted head vibes,
Yeah.
like a
It reminds me
trophy.
of like exactly, yeah, my father-in-law's a big hunter, and so he's got like, stuffed animals all over his house and heads, and that's exactly what this that's what I thought it was when it was initially put up there and I saw the picture of it. I was like, "What the heck?"
It's
And then he
so silly. I love it.
yeah. Oh, the best.
Check him out,
So,
Sky Guy Customs
Sky
on
Guy Customs,
Instagram.
yeah. Unbelievable artist. He does helmets, he does designs for different micro galaxy vehicles. So I would definitely go in there and pick up his stuff. He's got some amazing dude. I still want to get. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I will eventually. Is get his Vader and probably the C3PO, the carry
The
case,
case.
the that you can put all the micro galaxy figures in.
It's
Those
really
are
cool. Yeah,
so cool,
100%.
so cool.
One day I'll have the extra funds to buy a
Hmm.
carrying case for them.
Yep.
But most of the
No, it's very
time they're
cool.
like, the carrying case is awesome, but most of the time I've got them either in the ship or lined up outside of the ship.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what scenario I would have where I'm just putting them all in a case like that, but the design is really, really cool, and the throwback to the Kenner stuff is just a great idea.
Yep. Yeah, it's really cool.
So later this week, stay keep an eye on the socials because I think later this week we will be back maybe Friday night
Yep.
um, to check out just a celebration special episode
Yeah.
and
Maybe
take a
on
look.
the shorter side, depending on what they show us. So I think if we
Yeah,
get everything and they show it all off, then certainly we'll hop on and be able to browse
uh,
through what they've got.
yeah. I believe most of it's going to be there on day one,
Oh, great.
as
That'll be
opposed
good.
to Celebration London, where they brought out a new
Yeah.
class size every day. I think what they have is going to be out on the show floor from day one. So
Cool.
um, I think we'll be pretty safe if we go live and just kind of process, take a look at everything, and chat through what we're seeing. The Defenders. Do we love it?
Mhm.
Did it meet our lofty expectations? We'll see. Curious
Fingers
what chat will
crossed,
have
man.
to say about everything,
Crossed.
and we'll see. At the very least, we'll have plenty of photos of stuff. I'm trying to get some video and things like that. You never know. I believe it'll be 9 or 10 in the morning their time, so maybe we could get somebody
Hmm.
on here with us, but we'll see. Those things are
Yeah. Celebration
still
is
in
this week.
motion. Yeah,
Celebration is this
so
week.
so keep an eye on our stuff. We'll let you know. We'll hit up the Facebook groups. We'll put it on socials. But right now I'm thinking Friday night we're gonna try to to go live for a special episode and just have a short little time of looking through photos, pictures, hopefully video. It'll be fun.
Yes,
And
should be.
then we'll get used to it, because I think we'll probably stay on Fridays for a few episodes there, thanks to Andor. Thank you
Yep.
guys for hanging out
There we
with us
go.
tonight. Kevin, you've had a lot of reviews
That
go up this
concludes it.
week. Do you have
I
anything
have.
going up next week?
Yeah, I still have to do the Mace review. So I have it here out of the package already. So it looks like just your normal Jedi Starfighter. Not a whole lot to it.
We've
but
seen them before.
Yep. I've got that one. I still have to actually review. I've got to review this guy. I picked him up.
Nice. Not a big Black Series guy, but right?
No,
You've got a few.
correct. Got a few, but yeah, I wanted to pick this one up. It's just too cool. It actually looks
Luminara
like.
just got delivered to me right before the stream started.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
she's brand new.
I've got the General Kenobi that was
Uh-huh.
released a couple of years ago. So I wanted to get an Anakin that kind of matched, but the one that came out a couple of years ago that was a similar design, the head didn't look right. So yeah, do you have that one up there?
Yeah, right there. It's all right. I I saw that one at Walmart and passed on it because I just got that figure arts one.
Yeah, right. You're showing that off last time, I think.
But it's not. That's not like Clone Wars. So I don't know. I think I will pick that one up at some point here. There's a lot of good ones in that wave.
There are some good ones. Yeah,
They've got
I
that
considered
big
Moff.
display that they've been putting up at Walmart's. Not my Walmart's, but
yeah,
I've seen a lot of photos that have like the Cody and the armored Moff Gideon, the Praetorian from Mando.
Yep.
That Anakin and Andor figure in the pilot suit, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen all of the other ones. I considered the Moff one for a second, and I was like, eh.
Did you see them all in person? Oh, nice. Yeah. If I saw that big display in person, I think I'd probably grab them, but we'll see. But super excited for everything else that's going to be shown too. It's going to be just like a deluge of stuff that's going to make my wallet hurt badly. I still am going to try to get those Mayfex celebration exclusives, the Stormtrooper Han and Luke and Chrome Mando.
Yeah,
that
I think
might
if there's
be
a way that I could get the Black Series Ronin, I might be interested in that.
Ooh, yeah, those might show up on Pulse. You never know. Well, okay, they might be on Pulse, but it will show up again as a colored version. I believe is it black and white, the one that they're releasing at Celebration?
Yeah,
I think a full color version is going to come out as a wider release.
Why would they do it as a color? Is it colored in the episode at all? I thought they were all.
No, I don't know. I think that's what I've seen. I think I think it's getting a wider release that might have color based on like China leaks. So who knows?
Gotcha.
Who knows?
Interesting.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
We will be back hopefully Friday to hang out with you guys. A very short break. You can always find us at Micro Galaxy Squadcast on Instagram. And if you have extra time, maybe just pull it up on Spotify, Apple Podcast, what have you. Leave a 5-star review. Give us a thumbs up on the video. We don't know how algorithms work, but we know that positive things are good. So we would be super appreciative of that.
Yeah.
Evan.
Cool.
It's time to sign out.
It is time. Which means
what's next.
We need our sign-off line.
Until next time.
Till next time, team. We are squadding out.
See you guys.
Are you gonna say squad now? Come on, man. No, I was waiting on it.
Squadding out. We're
Squad
squadding out.
now.
Strauss has got us. All right.
Yeah, there you go. All
Until
right.
Friday,
See
we're
ya.
squadding out.
See ya.